My brothers and sisters, be so careful who you take knowledge from. If you want to sit with the sheikh, do not be deceived by this guy has ijazat in the books of hadith and in this qira'ah and that qira'ah. I don't give a toss, bro. Wallahi, I don't give a toss, bro. I've seen juhala, bro. They have ijazat in this book and that book and that book. And I don't care about that stuff, akhi, bro. Wallahi, even TikTok right now, I see people, they can't even read Arabic properly and they have ijazat and they teach and they give ijazat, bro. This is nonsense, akhi. It means that alone, that's what I mean. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying as some people sometimes like to do. Anyway, let's talk about this story. One of my beloved brothers, he studies in a certain place, and he mentioned that there's a sheikh who's an usuli. I'm thinking this guy is a alim in usul al-fiqh, and I was thinking this is a fursa. I love usul al-fiqh, one of my favorite ulum. So I used to travel 3 hours to go to the sheikh, nearly 3 hours. I used to take like 4 taxis, bro. And I used to stay over in his house as well. I've done this maybe twice. I stayed over. My total, I went to his house 3 times, and I'd stay over and stuff. And he was teaching me a very basic book in usul. In fact, he wrote this book. And do you know how this individual writes books? Because he's blind, may Allah Azza wa Jalla make it easy for him. He has a student that has a laptop, writes what he wants. However, I saw that they check hadith and stuff on Google, and they're using Islam Web, which is insane, akhi, bro. And people say he's alim and la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Subhanallah al-azim. So anyway, that's not even the worst of it, bro. Like, he's teaching me, trying to teach me a book in Nahu. He's making so many mistakes, akhi. Like, he tried to do i'rab of a certain verse. I was thinking, what the heck? I checked like 10 books of i'rab al-Quran. Nobody mentioned this wajh. And this is what some individuals, the tricky individuals, they try to do. They'll be like, in i'rab, there's many different awjuh. This is wajhun min awjuhin i'rab, etc. But that's not the case. I even asked some teachers, and they said that he's making insane mistakes. I mentioned to him qawl of Ibn Aqil in Alfiyat ibn Malik, and he's like, no, that's wrong because of this and that. He's making insane mistakes, bro. And in usul al-fiqh, it was masa'ib, akhi, bro. Because we're going through a basic book in usul, but because I'm thinking this guy's alim, I'm asking advanced questions of books that come in, masail that come in Rawdatul Nadir, the khilaf in certain masail, and he has no clue. Like, I asked him about Ibn Hazm's opinion on restricting ijma' to the ijma' of the Sahaba. Very well-known position. The guy had no clue. He thought I was talking about inqirad al-asr, which is a different mas'ala, which the Hanabila take when it comes to ijma'. That's one of the conditions. I asked him about, for example, you know what it is? When you're sitting with a proper alim and you just start to explain a specific mas'ala, you half explain it and the alim knows what you're talking about, because he knows that field inside out. But this individual, that wasn't the case, bro. Like, he did not know this. Like, I give you an example. When it comes to wajib al-mukhayyar, is an issue in usul al-fiqh. There's a specific opinion of some scholars which I was explaining to him. I didn't know exactly what the qawl was, but I was explaining it to him, and then he didn't know what I was talking about, bro. And there's so many masail like that, bro. Like, for example, al-amr al-mutlaq. Let's just say a command comes and it has no qarina. Okay, يتجرد عن القرائن, etc. What does this entail? Does it entail that this thing is obligatory, mustahab, mubah, etc.? There's different opinions of this. I mentioned one of Ibn Qudama's positions, a position that Ibn Qudama mentions in Rawdatul Nadir. The guy had no clue what I'm talking about again. I'm thinking, what is this, bro? Like, what is this? And it happened so many times, and I tried to give an excuse, and I had a shak, but I tried to have husnul dhan. I tried to give an excuse until it became too much, and I realized this person has no ilm, akhi, bro. He has no ilm. I'm wasting my time here, bro. But guess what? He has ijazat in this and that and that and that. And I was reading the Quran to him half a juz every day. Imagine one of the times he slept. He was snoring away. I finished reading and he didn't even tell me to repeat it again. Imagine I got ijazah in this and I'm telling people, hey, look, I have an ijazah in this. It means nothing, bro. You have to be truthful to yourself. You seek knowledge in sincerity. May Allah Azza wa Jalla make us sincere. This stuff here is nonsense, akhi. That guy, I could have sat with him for 1 year. I'd take 50 ijazat, bro. You know? These praiseful things mean nothing, bro. He's like to me, you're gonna be a alim, you're this and that. I don't care, akhi, bro. I don't need this praise from, but anybody, bro. The moral of the story is, be very careful who you take knowledge from and know what their level is. Don't just ask them who they study with or where they got ijazat from. That stuff means nothing, bro. People are tricky people, bro. They will teach you for money, for the dunya, whatever, bro. People have different, agendas. Ask an individual that studied with him, who's a student that's reached a decent level of knowledge. He's studied at least 2-3 books in the majority of the sciences, like Nahu, Sarf, Balagha, Usul Fiqh. Obviously not, like Balagha, maybe he studied a book at least. In Nahu, he studied at least 2 books or something. In Sarf, he studied something. In Usul, he studied like 2 books, so he's more intermediate. He's not advanced, but he's not low. He's at least intermediate or higher level. and ask him now, like who his teachers are. As for you going to a sheikh and you're a beginner, and somebody just told you, oh, he's good. The awam, they think everyone's good because he may speak in a certain way. That's not the case, bro. Wallahi, the videos became too long. Allah understand.